Alrighty, all welcome back to Z Grill's Taste the Smoke. Of course, my name is Tommy, and I gotta say, out of all the shows that I have done for the Z Grill's channel, for the Gallery channel, this one here is my absolute favorite. And of course, I am talking about prime rib thyme. So look, what I wanted to do here on today's show is I want to take it back to the basics. Over the years, we have gotten all fancy with prime ribs, the reverse sear. Of course, we got the, you started out at 500 plus, then you lower the pit or lower the oven and let it sit in there for 2 hours or until the internal temperature is reached. But I got to tell you, back in the day, and of course, I am talking about the 70s and 80s. It was slow roasted prime rib all day long. And when I say slow roasted, I am talking 225 Fahrenheit. And I can tell you, it is a blustery day here in the Garden State. We've got about 8 inches of snow happening. You can see it's snowing on the board. What I want to do here is let's turn our attention down to that board. We've got a salt brine that we want to get done. This is the day before, so she is going to sit in the fridge overnight for about 24 hours or so. After that, I will bring you guys back. We will get the Z Grills all fired up and get this chili cooked chili show started.
Remember, this is the day before the actual cook. I've got a nice 10-pounder USDA prime from Wild Fork. The first thing we are going to want to do here is remove it from the package. Have some paper towels handy because you are going to want to get this prime rib nice and dried off. Once all dried off, I am going to remove the bones from the meat, not fully. To do this, just trace your knife right down the side of the bones. You could use your hands to keep it spread and just take your time here because you really want to get it as close to the bones as you can. It is very simple to do, especially if you've got a sharp knife. Once that falls and hits the board, you want to keep it still attached. Some people do remove them completely. I just find that it just makes it a little bit difficult if you're not used to doing that. Once you get those bones to fall, we are going to take a little bit of that fat off. Try not to do what I did. I took a little bit too much off. Oh well. Just get some fat off. You could leave a little bit on. Grab some kosher salt. There is no really measurement here. You just want to get plenty of salt on the bones, on the tops, on the sides, basically all over the meat. You get some salt on. This is a dry brine that is going to go in the fridge for 24 hours. If you've never done this before, I can tell you it is magical to the beef. It's got to go up on a rack. It's got to go in the fridge unwrapped, and we will see you the next day.
Alrighty, and here is our gorgeous prime rib, and you could see right off the bat the beautiful color that you get on the prime rib. Anytime you do a salt brine, it just kind of brings out that moisture, but it gives you that nice red type color on the prime rib. So we've got a couple more steps that we've got to do. Now remember when we salt brined it, we've got enough salt on here, so you really don't want to add any more salt. And the first thing we are going to do here is just put some nice little slits in the top of the prime rib. You don't have to go too far in. And basically what this is going to do is going to allow what we are going to do next to penetrate down into the meat and just add a little bit of flavor. And you can go cross. I am only going just really on the surface, maybe at some spots at the 1/8 of an inch, but that is really it. So I've got about 6 cloves of garlic chopped. I've got a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of thyme, although we will add some, we will also add some in fresh. You will see that in a minute. And I've got some Worcestershire, and of course I've got some olive oil. And remember, you can get the full ingredient list right down in the description. And you want to rub all this over the meat. Again, you want to limit the salt. We've already salt brining it, so adding more salt is just going to add probably too much salt, so keep that in mind. And you could see that Worcestershire peering through that olive oil. And of course, I did say some fresh cracked black pepper. We will get that on now. There is nothing like fresh cracked anytime you are doing a prime rib or a piece of meat like that. You get them good aromatics of the pepper this way. Get a little bit here on the front. Now, we used to do this back in the day, and I am going to do it here also. This is flat out some prepared horseradish sauce. This is going to add a nice crust and also add a ton of flavor, so we will get a little bit on that. And it will not be overpowering to the prime rib, so you don't have to worry about that. Last up, I've got some rosemary and thyme. We will just get a little bit on. Just a little bit. You don't have to put a lot of this stuff. It does what it's supposed to do with just a little bit. Now we are going to open it up. And of course, I've got that mixture right here. We will get some of that on. Our rosemary and thyme. And of course, we've got some horseradish. We will get that up and in it. Just massage it right into the meat. And of course, fresh cracked black pepper it has to be. And that is basically it. That is our prime rib. But we've got one more step to do with this prime rib before we fire up the pit. And of course, I am talking and wrapping the prime rib, and I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick here how to do it real simple. And basically, you've got three bones, so 2 to 3 pieces of butcher's twine. And the trick to getting this to simple is to just twist this around a couple times. That is going to hold it in place. Pull it tight, but not too tight, otherwise you'll snap it. And see, the twine is now held in place. It is not loosening up. From there, you can just go with a basic knot. I mean, it is that simple. This is going to keep the prime rib nice and compact. It is going to help it cook more evenly. If you didn't tie it like this, it is basically just going to flop in the pit more or less, and it is going to cook maybe a little bit less uneven. We are going to attempt to go wall-to-wall pink. That is what you want in prime rib, and that is one of the reasons why I like to go low and slow at that 225. Get your knife, a little bit of a snip. Keep everything nice and neat. And guys, that is it. Believe it or not, that is all there is to it. Now look, what I want to do here is let's get back on over to the Z. We've got to get that fired up. We've got to set that dial to 225 Fahrenheit, and we've got to get this show started.
Once that temperature is reached, it is time to get cooking. I am going to load up the prime rib middle shelf. And also of note, I've got that tin pan doubled up for safety. Prime rib should be probed because you want to hold that temperature you want. In my case, it is going to be rare.
All right, guys, and believe it or not, that is all there is to it. 225, we are going to bring this prime rib up slow. I'll bring you guys out here. It is very important to rotate the meat, especially on a cold day like today. You know, inside that pit, the temperatures are going to fluctuate. Maybe the back corner is going to be a little bit hotter. So by turning the meat, rotating the meat, that is going to hopefully give us some little bit better even cooking. I'll see you guys in a bit.
So I can't stress it enough. If you are doing an expensive cut of meat like a prime rib and you want that wall-to-wall pink, you want to rotate the pan. I am going to rotate it at the 2-hour mark, again at the 3-hour mark, and you will see it also rotated at the 4-hour mark, and that'll be good enough to take us right to its right till it's finished. Rotating the pan is going to ensure that you are going to get that wall-to-wall pink. If you've got hot spots in your pit, maybe the spinalis is going to overcook. You don't want that. Again, wall-to-wall pink is what we all crave. It is what we all are shooting for.
All right, guys, you can hear me, but you cannot see me. And the moment of truth is in. Approximately 6 hours on this roast here. Again, right at that 225. That is key. Also, 20-minute rest. I pulled it at 110. She rose up to about 120. So this is going to be on the rare side. If you wanted a little bit more cooked, you can add 5-10 degrees to the temperature. I'm doing it rare because this is going to be a reheat for a couple other shoots that I have. So rare is going to work well for me. Of course, I will have a nice rare dinner tonight. I am okay with that. First things, obviously, we get these strings pulled off. Now, one of the things I like to do here is we've already got it separated from the bone, so we are just going to get rid of the bone now. There is no reason trying to cut in between the bones. So one quick cut. And we will take our bones and move these to the side. Guys, and we are going to go right down the middle on this. Let's cross our fingers for that perfect rare prime rib. And she is definitely cut and wiggly jiggly like butter. Guys, this is absolutely perfection. This is exactly what I wanted. It is on the rare side for some, but it is going to work beautiful for me. Alrighty, so look, one thing is for sure, no matter how you like it cooked, the important part here is we are wall-to-wall pink. Maybe it is a little bit too pink for you, but wall-to-wall is what you want to that's what you want to achieve when you go 225, and that is exactly what we got. Let's do a little slice and a little taste test for you guys. Absolutely. For me, man, I can definitely dig on this. This is the way I used to eat it all the time. Of course, I was a lot younger back then. I've got some house-made au jus right here. We will get a little bit of that on. And of course, prime rib cheers. Wow. Guys, I got to tell you, man, this is absolutely perfection. This is exactly, like I said, how I used to always eat prime rib. I mean, look, it is at this point, it is like roast beef, like a rare roast beef. I mean, the flavor of this is just through the roof, man. And that, look, that is going to put a pin in this show. It is late here. It is dark. I am under the lights, not to mention it is super cold out here. Do not forget that Z Grills is going to have this full recipe down in the description. You just follow that link down there, take it right to the webpage, print out exactly what you need. And you also could make a prime rib like this. And also do not forget the Facebook channel, the Instagram channel, the YouTube channel, the website. You follow all of them, and Z Grills will have you smoking, have you grilling all year long. Again, my name is Tommy, and while you are at it, do not forget to get outside, fire up those Z Grills so you also could taste the smoke. I am going to put a pin in this one. I appreciate you all for watching, and until next time, we will see you soon.